Welcome back to Beer Wars, Run Coach's Tip with Coach Alessio
and Coach TC.
So, of the three disciplines, run is the one most prone to injuries. At BR, we don't follow any specific philosophy of, let's say, running. There are books with different techniques and different procedures and different ways of running. We are much more into let the athlete adapt to his own interior cadence, interior, feeling. Because, you start running since you are a kid.
Yeah.
Okay? But still, we have beginners that have been running just for a few years. So we can see that they get injured. So just because of the nature of running, which is pain, which is impact, what are the main mistakes that you have seen athletes doing and basically bringing them to injuries and stop from training?
Yeah, as you said, we try to don't teach any specific technique because running should be natural, So the first thing we do is crawling, walking, and running. So in theory, should be something inside us. Answering your question, I think the biggest mistake is the low cadence. Okay, so there are books that they teach. And also many coaches know that they're very strict with this number, 180 steps per minute, because it's the most efficient cadence in running.
By mechanical.
By mechanical.
Is a number.
Yeah. Of course, being strict to that number is very hard, but at the same time, you shouldn't go below 175, 170, because when you land at low cadence, the impact on the ground is higher, and then you end up to a bigger vertical oscillation, and actually you don't run, you just jump like a kangaroo. And every time you land is a shock in your tendons and your joint.
So it's not only an efficiency, higher cadence is not only efficient for the movements itself, but it's also efficiency for the propulsion to move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen the number, and for example, for me it doesn't work. I've been working on that one, but before, a few years back, I was having a very low cadence, like 160 and stuff like this. And to get to work to higher cadence, especially because I was doing a lot of sprints, racing, so my pace was quite high. Definitely running with a low cadence would bring me to certain type of injuries. Name some of the injuries that you get if you keep low cadence and you want to go fast. There's so many.
I think, as you said, just the most common injuries, like tendonitis or just simple inflammation, but that they get you away from training because you have to stop, because you have pain, because you don't feel, pleasure on running, because every time you touch the ground is it's a shock, so you feel pain. Because when you start to run faster, you finish to overstride, no? Yeah. So you land with your heel in front of your body center of mass, okay? And of course, it's not ideal for the speed and for the efficiency, but at the same time, imagine that every time you brake with your heel, and you hit the ground with your heel. Yeah. Sure. So the shock that from the hip to the knee to the ankle, to absorb the body weight.
Yeah. Running is pain. It is pain because there is impact. Compared to the other two sports, there is impact. Yeah. So sooner or later you're gonna face that kind of injury. But as you said, hamstring, calves, knees, they all reflect a poor form while running. And I found that it works very well. Like it works for example, for the aerodynamic position to expose yourself during one run. You can, let's say your cadence is 155 and your coach telling you, okay, you need to run 175. And all of a sudden you need to run 175. It's not going to happen one day to the other. In the long run.
Yeah.
So you need to break the workout and say, you know what? The first 5-10 minutes, try to get this cadence. You're going to see the heart rate spike okay, which is normal, okay, but then you're gonna adapt, okay,
Yeah.
create an adaptation with, step by step, It's a journey,
Yeah.
It's not the day one day from the other that you become a runner.
Yeah, especially because this aspect is not only physical and muscles and these kind of things, but neuromuscle. It's a neuromuscle signal. So it takes time to your brain to really learn, no, and become automatic.
Yeah. It's that neuroplasticity that Huberman is always talking about, to adapt to situations and be exposed and adapt. Also. I think that with the video analysis, this is something that is easy to
Yes.
represent it, and then
Yes.
the workouts are tailored for this.
Yeah, and actually in VR we do the gait analysis
Yeah.
for running with Coach Osmar, and it's a very important tool to improve, and also, to see yourself and have a direct feedback, and see, okay, because this is another thing, especially if you're a beginner, that when you run, you feel like keep going, Oh, perfect, running form, perfect. I swing my arms very fast, but then the reality is not there. So
This
with
is
the
a
gait
service,
analysis,
a service that we have at BR, which is really useful for athletes that are listening to the podcast. Obviously, it's an activity very important to become aware. Also in the run, we're always thinking that we can run, but then when we see ourselves in videos, like, was that me?
True.
I think there is also another important service that we provide at BR, which is a strength and conditioning for runners, for cyclists, for triathletes. Why is that? Why strength is important?
Strength is important because if you're stronger, you prevent injuries, and your technique, your form is better because your muscles work better together. So the form is gonna be more efficient. But for me, the first point is to prevent injuries, because if you are stronger, if your calf are strong enough to run, I don't know, 10, 15, 20K at certain speed, if your tendons are strong, if your core is strong, the injuries, I'm not saying that 100% you won't get injuries, but is less likely to get injuries.
Yeah. Strength courses, strength lessons in VR focus on the movement, specific movements. It's not like going there to do just weights. It's just focus on the movements, because some athletes is like, I cannot run, I'm gonna go for a bike, I'm gonna go for a walk, and it's not the same. See, there is specificity in the three disciplines, but strength can in a way compensate what if you're not running, in a way that is preparing you for when you're able to run. Let's say you have an injury, but you keep working in the gym, you keep working with the weights, you keep working on your mobility. Hips, like underrated. Hips workout, underrated. Knee stability, underrated. Those little tablets where you stay there, ankle stability. True. All these things are underrated, but the reality is they're gonna prepare you the moment that you're not injured to go there and enjoy, even if it's painful, okay? But enjoy the process, because in the end, triathlon is a journey. You have the three disciplines. You want to enjoy going through the journey, and I guess with the coaching and with the team, you're able to get bits and pieces and put them in your training in order to make sure that it's complete. Okay, you are ready at 360 degrees. What else? I've seen people running with some weird shoes. No, I don't want to go
with
into
Crocs.
No, I don't want to go into the carbon plate shoes, because it's not. It's a debatable topic, let's say. But the importance of having shoes that they can hold some kilometers is crucial.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Running with shoes but they're very comfortable, like I did. I turned to Achilles, but they're very comfortable. Yes, I know, but you shouldn't be running.
Not very functional. Yeah.
Not very functional. They're very soft, but they don't do what they have to do, protection and stuff. So also there are different philosophy about shoes. I like to run with shoes that are 4 millimeters drop, very flat. Like big toe box, and I've run with pointy shoes and everything. but sometimes we see athletes and we need to advise them right away. Those shoes are done. You use them. Don't use them even for the gym. Just give them. Just use them for the garden.
The flat shoes?
No. Any type of shoes that you see the athlete has, like old shoes, wearing
Yeah,
old
okay.
shoes.
Yeah.
They're done.
Of course. Yes.
Not even in the gym. Just put them for gardening and that's it. Like go to the desert with those and leave them there. Okay.
It's like a tire for the car, no?
Yeah.
You have to replace at some point.
Yes.
If we want to talk about the pacing, also I think it's a big mistake for amateurs, beginners, but not really beginners, not only beginners, even amateurs in general, to run not very fast, but much faster warm up, zone 2, zone 1, zone 3, and then the intervals that they really should go fast and hit them. They start and then drop. So the purpose of the session is gone. But also if we think about the long runs, 1 hour and a half, if you prepare an Ironman 2 hours at Ironman pace and they run at 4:30, but are you sure that you're gonna run at this pace on your race day? Of course not. So you waste energy, you waste time, you don't train properly, not efficiently. And this is something that my experience, because I had the chance to work and train with few pros, I was lucky enough. For me, it's the biggest difference between
mentality there.
Mentality. So hit the right target, and the proper, because they're not afraid to run slow, just an easy jog. There you go, 1 hour.
You see, on one hand, when you're swimming, the beginners, they have only one speed. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
But on the run, people are capable to have different speeds. It's just the mental part of telling your body, okay, today, this is the workout, I need to run this speed. Why? There is a concept there, okay? Because if I use an aerobic workout now, I'm working on my aerobic capacity, aerobic capability, and so on. If I'm working on intervals, I need to work, it's more painful. So you need to be also be prepared. You cannot always run in the middle, and then the injury is gonna come because at that point you go for a long run where you should go slow and you go faster than that.
You're not going to improve.
You're not going to improve. And the risk of burning out is pretty high, especially in the runners. But sometimes most of the triathletes, they go through a phase where I'm gonna run a marathon. So at that point it's a disaster. Because they're missing the bike intervals and missing the swim intervals, and then switch on the wrong mentality and they injure themselves. Okay, that was good. Talking about run coach tips from head coach Alessio
and coach TC.
See you next time.
Bye.